Seniors, you may be seated. On behalf of the graduating class of 2015, I would like to welcome you all to the 141st commencement ceremony at BHS. The graduating class would also like to thank all of those who made this commencement ceremony possible: the administration, school board members, all teachers, parents, grandparents, family members, and friends. I would also like to ask that the noise level be kept at a minimum, that no pictures be taken, and that all cell phones can be turned off or to vibrate so that they do not interfere with the dignity of the ceremony or our wireless microphones. Thank you all for your cooperation. I now present you with the graduating class of 2015. Ladies and gentlemen, those who are able, please stand and remove your caps as the select choir, seniors, sing our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars
We sit here today not just as a class of 2015, but as close friends and family. The people here today are the people I've known my entire life. We have grown up together since the first day of preschool, and now we sit here anxiously waiting to get a piece of paper and move our tassel from one side of our cap to the other. Today marks the end of one of the most remarkable chapters of our lives, but this is not the end for us. Like any good book, once you finish an amazing chapter, you just want to keep reading. Luckily for us, this next chapter is filled with endless possibilities. As a student from the class of 2015, I think I can speak for everyone here when I say that we have all untapped potential just waiting to be unleashed upon this new journey we are all going to take. As excited as I am to begin my journey through the great unknown, I know that I'm going to miss the great times we have spent together. Whether it is cheering together as one student section of a football game, or getting all dressed up for prom night with your classmates, or simply just hanging out with a group of your best friends, chugging Mountain Dews and munching on Doritos. These are just a few things about being a high schooler that I will miss. But as a great poet, Dr. Seuss once said, "Don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened."
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's both an honor and a privilege to welcome family and friends, students and alumni to one of the oldest continuous graduation ceremonies in the state of Indiana, Boonville High School's 141st commencement exercises. In true pioneer fashion, this year's graduating class will be doing something that no other graduating class has done, and from our research, may be the first high school graduation in the state that is being live streamed via the internet. On the back of your program is the YouTube website to visit if you want to see the program later on this evening. I'd like to take a moment and welcome some special guests this evening. First, Warwick County Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Brad Schneider. Warwick County Board of Schools Trustees President, Mr. Gary Hockmeister. Board Member, Mr. Tom Welch. Board Member, Mrs. Dorothy Krager. Board Member, Mrs. Candace Nance. Board Member, Mr. Ben Stillwell. Board Member, Mrs. Brenda Metzger. And Board Member, Mr. Jeff Baker. I'd also like to mention longtime BHS teacher and former board member, Mr. Jim Eifler, who passed away this year. Yeah. Next, I'd like to introduce several people here at Boonville High School that make this evening such a special occasion. Assistant Principal, Mr. Willie Wilder. Guidance Counselor, Mrs. Stacy Flamian. And seated on the corners of our floor here are senior class sponsors, Mrs. Connie Martin, Mrs. Julia Mays, Mr. Keith McKinney, Mr. Bob Cottrell, Mr. Ron Rogie, Miss Ann Hargis, Mr. Greg Wilson, Mrs. Devonna Huring, Mr. Fran Vile, Mr. Matt Foose, and Mr. Luke Bearcamp. Please give them a round of applause. I'd like to pause from our graduation program for just a moment and recognize 4 of our faculty members who will not be with us next year. Retiring after a combined total of 163 years in education, 40 years at Boonville High School, Mrs. Suzanne Russell. And she's back over there. After 39 years, Miss Mary Cox. And with 44 years of teaching experience, Mr. Keith McKinney. Earlier this week at our annual Senior Awards Night, almost $600,000 in scholarships and awards were bestowed upon many of our students. I'd like for all of our scholarship and award winners seated here on the floor to stand and be recognized at this time. Thank you. I'd also like to recognize our senior class officers and ask them to stand. President, Miss Macy Dimmitt. Vice President, Mr. Mark Woolsey. Secretary, Miss Katie Brown. Historian, Miss Carly Pallas. And while the working relationship between our students and staff is stronger than ever, we had to make several changes to our graduation protocol this year, and our senior class officers made a tremendous contribution to the organization and planning of graduation this evening. Thank you. Yeah. I was going to say there are a few other students that I'd like to recognize at this time, but I believe we have a record number of students in this next category. I would like for all 99 of our Indiana Core 40 Diploma graduates to please stand. Thank you. You may have noticed medallions some of our students are wearing this evening. These signify Indiana's academic honors and technical honors diploma students. These medallions are provided by Old National Bank here in Boonville, and I'd like to ask our 50 students to stand and invite you to join me in recognizing them. Thank you. A third group we'd like to honor is our National Honor Society. They are identified by the white stoles that they're wearing this evening. I'd like for our 42 NHS students to please stand and be recognized. Thank you. I'd also like to recognize 4 students that have agreed to enlist in the military, and I'd like to ask them to stand and be recognized. Thank you. And I'm sorry. What starts here today can change the world. Naval Admiral William McRaven has mentioned a few good pointers for graduates that I think would be helpful to pass along. We've done all we can do to educate you, so a couple more words of wisdom to pass along. Number 1, make your bed every morning. That means it's time to get up and get going. It's your life. Why lay around? Number 2, find someone to help you paddle. Because you can't get through life alone, and sometimes paddling upstream's pretty hard. Choose wisely. Number 3, measure a person by the size of their heart and not the size of their mouth. Speaking loudly doesn't make you more valued. It generally makes you more obnoxious. Keep moving forward. Life is not fair. When you dwell on the past, you take time from your future. Number 5, you will likely fail often. The only people who never fail are the ones who never try. And don't worry, Einstein made lots of mistakes. Jump into things head first. Be committed to what you're doing. If you never give it all you've got, you'll never know what you could have been. Number 7, if you can't do the little things right, you'll never do the big things right. Girls and guys, you'll want to brush your teeth before your first kiss. Number 8, step up when times are toughest. View every obstacle as an opportunity. When you make it through the storm, everything seems brighter. And number 9, never, never, ever give up. How many great things in this world would have been accomplished by trying just one more time? Boonville High School class of 2015, go from here today and change our world. Thank you. And now I'd like to recognize and call to the stage our valedictorian and salutatorian, 4.0 valedictorian, Miss Macy Dimmitt, and 3.985 salutatorians, Miss Lauren Spinks and Mr. Connor Miles. Just don't forget them.
I am honored to stand before you today. Each of us in this class of 2015 has worked hard in the past year to be where we are today. Each one of us has added something special to this class, creating the picture that is before you. I can remember sitting at my desk in first grade with my ABC number line tape running across, proudly displaying my name Lauren, crayons scattered across, a coloring book flipped open, and a creative 6-year-old mind at work. From pictures of flowers, princesses, and puppies, I colored anything and everything. I can remember my teacher coming over, peeking over my shoulder, and stating, "Now, Lauren, puppies aren't purple, and why don't you try to stay in the lines?" Each grade, the pictures I colored seemed to get harder, the lines thinner and more complex, and sometimes not even getting to choose what I wanted the picture to be. As I got older, I realized the importance of staying in the lines and trying your best, guidance and discipline. We are all unique, just like every crayon. We have our own names, and I can promise that's true, even though right now we look a lot like Goldenrod and Midnight Black. Some of us sharper than others, some more popular than others, some taller, some shorter, but we come together in the same place and have the same common goal, to color our picture. Now sure, there will be hard times, but on rough pages, when your crayon breaks, you peel the paper off and keep coloring. It doesn't matter if you're a Rose Art crayon or a Crayola, in Picasso's hand or a kindergartner's, we all just want a purpose. I once read a quote, "You can Google for an answer, you can Google for a mate, you can Google for a career, but you can't Google to find what's in your heart, the passion that lifts you skyward." So now here we are, almost finished with the 12th picture in our coloring book. We've made friends along the way, learned life lessons, and hopefully at least thought about the next picture that is to come. We've taken journeys, discovered who we are, developed leadership, responsibility, honesty, and maybe, just maybe, had our own ideas and followed our dreams and scribbled outside of the lines. While school has been preparing us for the road ahead, we must remember knowledge is not everything. You can have all the knowledge in the world, but not be happy, honest, or responsible. Knowledge can and will carry us so far, but our personalities, attitudes, and beliefs is what makes us who we are and what determines what we achieve. We have all persevered through anxiety, stress, and tears, learned that procrastination will not get you very far. Cramming so much information that when you're handed a test and your mind goes blank is completely normal. And when in doubt, to see your way out on a multiple choice test, even though there's only a 25% chance of getting that question right. We all have set goals, overcome challenges, and doubted ourselves on several occasions. We are human. What may be a small step or just a little scribble is a huge step and quite possibly a whole other picture for someone else. We all have earned our place in the box. Whatever it is that you choose to do in life, do not be afraid to color outside the lines or stay in them and do your best. Your future picture is going to be the best one yet. Thank you.
Looking back on the past 4 years spent here at Boonville High School, our class has learned a great deal. We learned about the parts of a cell, how to interpret Shakespeare, and how to solve an equation. And while these subjects are important, it is not the classroom lessons that we will take with us forever. The most important things we learn in high school are the things we learn about ourselves. So, what did the class of 2015 learn while they were at Boonville High School? I asked my classmates, and two things became clear. The first is, be yourself. Be confident with who you are and what you do. Each person wearing a cap and gown today is unique. Behind me sit students involved in every club and activity imaginable. We have each learned to passionately follow our own interests and dreams. This will serve us well in the future as we work hard to pursue our personal goals. This brings me to the second lesson we learned in high school. Anything can be done with hard work and determination. Never be afraid to take a chance and never hold back. One day, in the 6th grade, I came home and told my dad that I wanted to be valedictorian. He told me that if I set my mind to it and worked hard, I could do it. What I thought at the time were just the encouraging words of Dad, I now know to be true. I am standing here in front of you today because of the time and effort I put in to reach my goal. My classmates and I have all set and achieved goals in our high school careers. And we now know that we can do anything if we set our minds to. Class of 2015, I'd like to leave you with a quote by Jiddu Krishnamurti that really speaks to graduation and finishing this chapter of our lives. There is no end to education. It is not that you read a book, pass an examination, and finish with education. The whole of life, from the moment you were born to the moment you die, is a process of learning. Thank you.
Good evening, class of 2015, and the family, friends, and faculty that are here tonight. I'm one of the two salutatorians of the senior class of 2015. Never have I been more honored to complete an extra homework assignment and present it in front of hundreds of people. I'm going to take this opportunity to quickly thank my parents, Mom and Dad. Without you, I wouldn't be standing here today. And I would also like to thank the faculty and all of whom which were instrumental to our journey to this day. In a sense, high school can be compared to the toy box everyone had when they were little. Freshman year, my classmates and I were thrown into the box that is Boonville High School. We were all brand new, still sealed in our boxes. The strange surroundings scared some of us. My sophomore year, some of us began to come out of those boxes. For some of us, our box was simply cardboard and tape. Those people just tore right out of their box. For others, however, their box is that shrink-wrap plastic that takes 30 pairs of scissors to open. Eventually, everyone managed to find their way out of that box. During our junior year, we began to organize ourselves. We were no longer in the unfamiliar surroundings. We made friends and lasting memories. Then came senior year. This year, we worked together to open the lid of that toy box. We caught glimpses of the outside world when we toured colleges and applied for scholarships. While the world outside this toy box may be strange and mysterious, we all know that we can't stay in the toy box forever. All that is left is to take those first steps out of the box, which is why we are here. High school graduation is that first step out of the box. As my speech comes to an end, I will share this message with my fellow classmates. Don't live your life like a toy left in the box. While the toy may be worth more in mint condition, you're not. Break out of your box and explore. In the words of Woody from Toy Story, reach for the sky. Thank you.
Mr. Schneider, over the past 4 years, we as the class of 2015 have proven ourselves successful, and we stand before you after countless lectures, exams, and numerous hours of studying. And today, we can finally say we are done. We have met the requirements for the Indiana Department of Education and the Warwick County School Corporation. We have created memories that will last us a lifetime and have built friendships that will never fade. But it is today that we close this chapter in life and finally graduate from Boonville High School. From here, we will go our separate ways. Some of us to college, some to the military, and others will go straight into the workforce. But no matter what journey we choose to lead, we will continue to strive for excellence in our lives. It has been a long but rewarding journey to get here today, and we now can present ourselves as the 141st graduating class of Boonville High School.
And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. Okay, here we go. Yep. Connor Ray Miles. Jeffrey Matthew Sharp. Lauren Raylyn Spinks. Chase Adam Robbins. Eric Michael Hartwick. Austin Clayton Earhart. Christopher Ray Black. Darren Todd Black. Austin Cole Faulkner. Jordan Cassandra Fisher. Ashley Marie Posey. Caitlin Marie Harding. Nathaniel Allen Pullum. Nicholas Jeffrey Pullum. Samantha Elizabeth Wynn. Damon Bradley Buxton. Joseph Andrew Crow. Jacob Keith Fussner. Dylan Lee Davis. Destiny Leah Carter. Caitlin Marie Batts. Michaela Danielle Evans. Ellen Marie Rao. Cody Cheyenne Holder. Alexis Victoria Greer. Justin Lee Curtis. Dylan James Fark. Jacob Matthew Dahl. Kenton Thomas Cottrell. Cody Jonathan Edward Trine. Jonah Michael Howard. Joshua Andrew Vandiver. Logan Spencer Fuquay. Cameron Blake Flowers. Austin Riley Marvel. Andrew Eric Smith. Austin William Brooks. Trenton Allen William Terrell. Ethan Hunter Perkins. Zachary Dwayne Dawson. Christina Esperanza Mock. Maria Trinidad Rosas. Dylan Cade McElwee. Seth Michael McDaniel. Joshua Michael Hughes. Bernard Francis Guyette IV. Colton Tyler Wingy. Clay Allen Butts. Zachary Keith Gates. Brandon Joe Davis. Joshua Earl Parker. Brandon Thomas Malone. Aaron Ray Bowman. Logan Wayne McMichael. Tyler Christopher Feith. Jordan Tyler McDowell. Hunter Ray Poston. Hunter Thomas Jamerson. William James Reininger. Robert Brent Coley. Heather Nicole Carter. Morgan Renee Greenwell. Alyssa K. Brown. Caitlin Marie Darty. Donovan Tyler Simpson. Allison Marie Driscoll. Caitlin Renee Masterson. Courtney K. Lamb. Brittany Nicole Riley. Whitley Talon Warren. Miranda Lynn Becker. Haley Marie Bowman. Whitney Ann Whitaker. Chelsea May Wyatt. Tommy Blind. Brittany Nicole Southard. Trevor Lee Simpson. Austin Lane Sacida. Colin Earl Highwood. Jacob Brandon McDaniel. John Thomas Griffin. Ryan Keith Samples. Haley Michelle Garza. Daryl Thomas Emge. Devin Wayne Chapman. James Michael Welburn. Dalton David King. Blake Douglas Buxton. Andrew Ford Hicks. Seth Andrew Titzer. Hannah Renee Hydorn. Macy Marie Dimmitt. Tegan Michael Britt. Mark Edward Woolsey. Carly Elizabeth Powlis. Kathleen Marie Brown. Samantha Diane McDowell. Christina Jane Page. Hannah O'Brien Skelton. Austin Keith Couts McShanig. Jacob Tyler Blackford. Sarah Marie Hamilton. Alexis Rose Holder. John Adam Chapman. Brianna Renee Underwood. Victoria Elaine Henderson. Kelsey Lauren Blaylock. Alexandria Lee Sherman. Lauren Lee Branch. Alexis Arden Branch. Desiree Dawn Blackford. Sarah Jean Aller. Caitlin Danielle Torres. Macy Nicole McNeil. Morgan Nicole Miles. Madeline Ray Connor. Reagan Elizabeth Bieber. Taryn Elizabeth Adams. Ashton Kaylee Foley. Elizabeth Yockey. Persinger. Natalie Marie McCurry. Kaylin Lee Sig. Jacob Davis Hall. Austin Nathaniel Mofield. Christian Lee Brooks. Jacob Danielle Klaus. Brent Russell Smith. Asher Lee Taylor Schrader. John Thomas Redmond. Michael Easton Nally. Zachary Carl Carrick. Bradley Christopher Laswell. Caitlin Nancy Loudon. Bailey Elise Canary. Shelby Lynn Lutz. Isabella Jean Collins. Melissa Ann Ellis. Alida Sochil Regalado. Elisa Ashley Hulsey. Caitlin Marie Moore. Keith Allen Simpson. Blake Matthew Whitehouse. Ian Osborne Mitchell. Nicholas Taylor Owens. Haley Joe Moorcraft. Ethan Randall Patterson. Deborah Joyce Niswanger. Benjamin Jacob Embry. Megan Ray Ryan. Ashley Nicole Williams. Tiffany Amber Sutton. Ashley Elizabeth Wire. Kelsey Marie Bruner. Taylor Olivia Beasley. Cassidy Jane Gatlin. Shelby Lee Hess. Ivan Bennett Fark. Tyler Lee Denny. Cody Wayne Elliott. Zachary Michael Willem. Dakota Doyle Beard. Samantha Lynn Askew. Danica Haley Wilson. Kelsey Ann Boren. Jordan Mackenzie Krager. Sierra Pearl Mann. Madeline Yvonne Gaddy. Bailey Javen Diane Graham. Alex Wayne Garrison. Alex Wayne Garrison. Alan Joseph Fife. Lacey Alexandra Wright. Selena Lynn Riddle. Brittany Lynn Latham. Jenna Louise Tennyson. Heather Ann Ruff. Kinsey Lee Underhill. Adam Blake Bowman. Brandon Robert Forston. Larry Thomas Whitehouse. Isaiah Jordan Jones. Ladies and gentlemen, the graduating class of 2015.
Graduating seniors, I'd like to congratulate each of you for completing your high school careers at Boonville. You are the 141st class to graduate from Boonville High School and now join more than 17,401 other Pioneer graduates. Will the class of 2015 please rise? It is my duty and privilege as a superintendent of the Warwick County School Corporation to announce to this class, to all present, and to all who shall in the future inquire about your attainment, that you are graduates of Boonville High School, class of 2015. Congratulations.
On behalf of the Boonville High School class of 2015, I would like to take this time to close out the ceremonies this evening. To our teachers, family, and friends, thank you for all you have done for us. You have supported, motivated, and encouraged us to pursue our dreams. Without you, tonight would not be possible. To my classmates, it has been an honor to serve as your class president these past 4 years. After we walk up those stairs as Boonville High School graduates, we will each choose a different path. Whether that be college, trade school, the military, or the workforce, I ask that you remember where your path began, as a Boonville pioneer. And now, for our last ceremonial act as the Boonville High School class of 2015, I ask that you join me in moving our tassels as a symbol of our graduation.